great crowd, man, for the Citadel week. It's one of our best crowds of the year. Good to see all y'all here today. This is a special week for us and for everybody associated with our program. First of all, it's Military Appreciation Week, and it's always a great thrill and honor for us to be able to recognize the efforts that our military and the sacrifices that our military put forth. And so again, just an honor to once again be a part of that. It's Senior Day, and it's always one of those just really special times that just kind of gets frozen in time each and every year, when these seniors have their last moment in Death Valley, a place that they've spent so much time in. And what a special group this is. This has been a very special group to coach and just be around for the last 4 or 5 years. And they'll be going for their 31st win in the last 3 years this Saturday. And what a great accomplishment that would be. And I would definitely say that these guys are leaving quite a legacy here at Clemson. The Citadels won 3 in a row. This is their last game, so this is kind of their bowl game, if you will. And we know that we'll have a hard-fought effort from their group. They're 5-6, but 5 of their 6 losses have been, by less than a touchdown. So they've competed really hard, which is indicative of their head coach, Coach Higgins. I got great respect for him. I've had several opportunities to spend some time with Coach Higgins, and you guys all know Jack Leggett around here, and it's like Jack Leggett's long-lost brother. I always tell Leggett that. I'm like, man, Coach Higgins at the Citadel reminds me of you. He just a great guy, great family man, about all the right things, and just a good role model for me, and how he handles himself and runs the program down there, and just appreciate and have great respect for him. Offensively, a little bit of the same from last week, kind of a rare thing that you play the triple option 2 weeks in a row. But they are a little different. They do some things. They got more formations. They'll use their tight end a little bit more than Georgia Tech did, and but very impressed with their senior quarterback. He has got over 1,000 yards. Their running back, number 22 there, he's got right at 1,000 yards. So they've done some really good things offensively. Defensively, they're a 4-man front. Very experienced at linebacker and in the secondary. Returned every one of them. I think they had 9 starters back on defense this year, but all of those secondary guys and their 3 linebackers as well. And if you really look at them, they're near the top of their conference in pretty much all the statistical categories. So just a very competitive team, and you're getting older when guys that you coached, guys that you recruited, you're now coaching against. And interesting situation for me this week. The secondary coach at Citadel is a guy named Gerald Dixon, and back in 1998. I was coaching at Alabama, and I went to Maryland to recruit Darnell Dockett. I went to Paint Branch High School up in Burtonsville, Maryland. Never forget it, to go recruit this big old good-looking D lineman named Darnell Dockett, and trying to get him to come down to Alabama. And when I got up there, I kind of fell in love with their quarterback. It was a guy named Gerald Dixon. I, of course, still was recruiting Darnell. But I just like, man, this guy is a heck of a player. And he was mostly a quarterback, played some DB for him. And so I started recruiting Gerald, and sure enough, he signs with us. Darnell went to Florida State, as we know, but Gerald signed with us and was a 4-year starter for us. Started as a true freshman on our SEC championship team in '99. And anyway, now he's the secondary coach for the Citadel and has been for the last few years. So kind of neat in that regard that, you have – I guess, again, just a sign that you're getting older, and that'll happen more and more, I'm sure, as I move throughout my career. But good to be able to see Gerald this weekend and meet his family. But biggest thing for us this week is just to continue to improve, continue to play our best football in the month of November, which is what we've set out to do. And also I think that maybe one of the best accomplishments that we've had this year is we sold out the South Carolina State game, and we sold out the Citadel game. And I think that is an accomplishment in itself right there, and it's a great credit to our fans that we would sell out both of those games. That to me is really exciting, and I know people are going to enjoy the day. It's Purple Out, Military Appreciation Day, Senior Day, and also it's President Barker's last day in the Valley as the president, and we're definitely going to honor him, as he kind of goes out with this senior class as well. So, just looking forward to a great day, and getting back in the Valley one last time this year with all of our fans, and just trying to continue to have the best finish possible.
What's the thing that's most pleased you about the way your team's responded since Florida State?
Just winning. I mean, we found ways to win. We've gone back to work. Just the mentality that they have chosen, the attitude that they've chosen to embrace. Again, you're never going to be a great program if you lose a game and your season's over, and you just act like the world's come to an end, and none of the rest of the games matter. That just is really, that's a bad attitude, and you're probably going to live a miserable life and be a very poor program if that's the mentality of your program. And that's a choice that you have to make. And so I'm just proud of our guys' attitude, proud of their choice that they've made in going back to work, controlling the things that they control, stay focused on the task at hand each week, put your best foot forward, learn, continue to grow, continue to get better, and that's what they've done. It's hard to win a game, much less 9 games. It's hard, really, really hard. And these guys have done a fantastic job in taking care of business each and every week, except one.
Isn't that why it's important, though, to have a broader target to aim for perhaps next year with a 14 playoff as opposed to this narrow 2 where it's tougher to...
Again, we don't ever come into the season saying, all right, our goal is to win the national championship. If that don't happen, then we're miserable. Well, we just don't think that way. Our goal is to be the best we can be and be committed to that standard. That's it. And whatever that is, as long as I know, because I know the work ethic of our team. I know the commitment level of our team. I know how they practice. I know how they prepare. I know their attention to details. And as long as we have all of those things in place the way they need to be, at the end of the year, I can live with whatever result we can get. And I really believe that. If we're committed to being the best we can be on and off the field, you know what? Sometimes you're going to have years where you have a bunch of injuries, or you have things that are just totally out of your control that may affect the bottom line. Does that mean you're a failure? Does that mean you got guys that aren't committed? Absolutely not. It just means the best you could be that year based on all the things was 8-4 or 9-3, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. You try to be the best you can be every single year, and that's all we set out to do. We have our specific goals that we want to have from a football program standpoint, and our goals are set up the way they are because if we're hitting those goals, then nationally we're very relevant. And we want to be a nationally relevant team every single year. And I think that we've accomplished that. Because if we're one of those teams, then, whether it's the situation we have now, then we got a chance in the end. We got a chance to be in the mix. Next year, moving forward, then, yeah, okay, the pool broadens. If you can get in that top 4, you got more of a chance instead of the top 2. But at the end of the day, if you don't take care of your business throughout the season, you're not relevant at the end. And we just want to be relevant. And anything can happen this year. Listen, 2007, the BCS poll, November 25th of 2007, the BCS poll came out and LSU was 7th, and they won the national championship. This is college football. Crazy things happen. Crazy things happen. Guys hit off pads and ricochet, and guys catch balls and run them into the end zone for touchdowns. Crazy things happen in college football. That's what I tell our guys. That's why you better be ready to play the Citadel this week. I'm not trying to, act like that the Citadel's a team we shouldn't beat. But to sit here and say that they couldn't beat us, that's crazy. Sure they could. You go out there and you don't do the things you're supposed to do, you get beat at any level. And but again, for us, it's just be the best we can be each and every season and be consistently competitive at the national level. Because if we do that, then we're going to have, number one, the type of program that we want to have, and number two, we're going to have that chance to play for it. And that's what everybody's ultimate dream is.
How should the senior class, when people look back at it, be remembered at Clemson?
Transformed Clemson, changed the culture at Clemson. They set the standard and, made it realistic to achieve that standard. Winners, like I said, they got a chance to, they're the winningest group since the 80s around here. Done a lot of great things. They've done some things that have never been done. They got a ton of records, a ton of firsts, but they also got a lot of things that hadn't been done in a long, long time on their resume. So I think that this is the group that, and it's not just this group. It's all the people involved in the process, but this group in particular, I think, came here at a time when there was total change and no guarantees, and took a leap of faith in me as their head coach and in Clemson. And man, what a journey it's been. And they've been a part of the bricks and mortar of really laying the foundation for success here and sustained success. That's what this group, I think, will be remembered for. And they're all going to be great people as they move on. They're graduates, are about to graduate. Several of them are going to have a chance to play on the next level, but they're all going to be great citizens and good husbands and good fathers and huge contributors to society for many years to come. I don't have any doubt about it.
Every year you have to say goodbye to a senior class. Is this group, because of that leap of faith, particularly special to you and hard to see them go?
Well, this is my first, full cycle senior class. These guys they're the 10 scholarship guys. We got about 18 or 20 guys, counting a couple of medical guys, walk-ons, but all of our guys are important to me. But we got 10 scholarship guys in this group, and again, they're just every group is hard to say goodbye to. I got a great relationship with all these guys, but the fact that they all came here as my first class, my first signing class in February of '09, that's pretty special to me. And to see them leaving here as graduates, I'm very, very proud of what they've done. And we signed 12 in that class, and 3 of them moved on last year. Malachi and Carrico and Meeks. Those 3 guys were true seniors because they played as freshmen. And then, we've got all these guys this year's class. We put 2 walk-ons on scholarship. Catanzaro and Fagenbaum were 2 recruited walk-ons in that dandy dozen. And they've done a great job for us, obviously. And then we had, Bryce McNeil. Bryce McNeil obviously isn't here, but he graduated. He came in here and he graduated in 3 years and has moved on and is working down in Atlanta now. So that group will always be special to me. There's no question about it.
With Tosh Boyd, I remember his recruiting.